Hello everybody, you found Nintoonist here with another episode of Tftoonin, a post-commentary episode of Tftoonin. How long has it been since I've done this, man? Like, there are so many people, including myself, who used to love these videos that I made. I used to, like, always make videos of me, like, a lot of my TF2 videos used to be post-commentary of me just talking about anything. They were sort of like my vlogs in a sense. That might not be true within the next coming month, because I do plan on getting a green screen and a video camera soon, so I can actually make personal vlogs with you guys, so you can see, like, my face and stuff. So, I can't wait to do that, actually. Those are gonna probably be replacing these for vlog videos. Or they might not, because I used to make these kinds of videos all the time. I mean, the gameplay's nice and fun to pay attention to, there's that, and if you don't want to pay attention to that, you could just listen to my voice, and, whatever I happen to be talking about in the video. But yeah, I used to make these videos all the time, but I just decided to make one again because there's lots of stuff I want to talk about. For those of you that haven't heard, the matchmaking competitive mode for TF2 has finally been released. It's been in beta, I believe, since before Overwatch even existed, I believe. But yeah, people have been asking this from Valve for a long time, and everybody's commenting like, oh, it's been 9 years too late, Valve, when we finally get a competitive mode after this game's been out for over a decade. TF2 wasn't meant to be esports, wasn't necessarily meant to be competitive, but then it became esports, and then Valve just started supporting it. Basically, they pulled a Nintendo where their game wasn't intended to be played competitively, but unlike Nintendo, they actually started supporting their community. So, yeah, good on Valve for doing that. I mean, Valve, you don't make games anymore, but, you know, I mean, at least they support their esports competitors and stuff. But yeah, I'm super happy that there's gonna be a competitive mode in TF2 that we could just casually play, finally, because I don't have time to go esports for TF2, man. I can't just designate time out of my busy schedule of school and making videos and stuff to just sit at my computer and practice air shots and things of the like. I don't have time for that. I'm at my computer way too much as it is. I don't want to be spending more time at my computer. I'm also psyched for it because I can't exactly play the competitive mode of Overwatch yet because I'm not level 25. I don't really play that game as often as I should, but I got a new Tracer skin that I bought after I made yesterday's video. I mean, I didn't buy it. I used the credits, the in-game credits I had to buy it. I wouldn't spend money on virtual outfits. At least not anymore. I did way too much of that when I actively played TF2. I'm not doing that anymore, man. That's not gonna be a thing that happens, man. I'm too broke for that. Personally, I'm too broke. I'm not... Whatever, I'm rambling. But either way, I'm super psyched for the mode. And one real big reason that I'm super psyched for the mode is so I won't necessarily have to deal with pyros. It's gonna be a 6v6 format, just like most of competitive TF2 is. It's 6v6. I don't think it's gonna be designated classes, though. I think you're gonna be able to play as, like, any class you want. Because for those of you that don't know about competitive 6v6s in competitive TF2, there are designated classes on each team. There are 2 scouts, there are 2 soldiers, 1 demo man, and 1 medic. That's how it works. Unless you're playing Highlander, in which it's 9v9 and every class is represented. But I don't think the new competitive mode for TF2 is going to be like that, so I'm really looking forward to seeing less pyros, because when you're on fire, as I'm sure you've already seen in this gameplay, pyros, after 9 years in development, after 9 years of TF2 being released to the public, they still don't airblast their goddamn teammates. So, I'm really looking forward to playing with players who actually know what they're doing. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. I'm probably gonna get destroyed when I play it, because I don't play TF2 as often as I used to, but maybe it's because I don't really have a main in TF2. I was always like a try-hard casual when I played TF2, but because I never really had a main class or anything, so I'm thinking I should pick one. Perhaps pick one to, like, focus on a little bit, and maybe I'll just go super try-hard with that class. But when it comes to TF2, I usually just play whatever I generally feel like playing, or whatever our team doesn't have, I should say, unless there's not a medic, because no one likes playing medic in this game, let's be real. So I'd like to derail from talking about the new competitive mode in TF2 and, like, the competitive mode in Overwatch that I can't play because I'm bad. But I'd like to derail that to something else. I'd like to derail it and talk about a dream I had. I don't typically remember my dreams. I really don't remember my dreams too often, but when I do, like, they're vivid. Like, I'm usually, at this stage in my life, I'm pretty good at analyzing myself and, like, thinking about what certain things in dreams represent, but I haven't really thought about what the stuff in this dream represents yet too much, because I just wanted to share it with you guys, because it was such a weird interesting and in a little bit of a way, romantic dream. It wasn't a sex dream. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you guys about a sex dream. That's not what I meant by romantic. It wasn't like that at all. But, yeah, I just thought I would share it with you. So, I mean, I share a car with my sister, right? And so I've been taking the bus home from school sometimes. I haven't really been doing that as of recently because my sister, I don't know what the deal with my sister is, but I'm currently only taking one class, so I just take it to school and then I come home. But yeah, like, around last semester, there were about 2 weeks where I just continuously took the bus home. And, the bus is alright. I finally finished Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, and I did that by playing it on the bus a lot, which is really cool. But I'm talking about the bus because this dream took place on a bus. It was sort of like a raw, dark day, and I was just riding the bus, going into home. I was just standing in the front of the bus, which was this really wide open area, like, unlike most buses, it was like a really wide open area. And then there's like the driver's seat, which is tucked around this little corner in the front of the bus. And there I see this woman. And she's this beautiful woman. Like, not like a model pretty, like, not like the media stereotype, like, perfect body, whatever that means, woman. But she was just a beautiful blonde woman, is what she was. Like, she had a pretty face, she did have a nice body, but yeah, and she just had like a beautiful smile on her face as well, and it wasn't a woman that I've ever seen before. I mean, a lot of times in dreams, like, subconsciously, it's somebody you've, like, might have seen from, like, a small, insignificant part of your life, like some girl you passed in a coffee shop maybe or something, so maybe that's who she was, but I didn't recognize her at all. Like, I think I completely made her up. I cannot think of anywhere where I saw this woman at all, so, yeah, I genuinely think I made her up. I don't think I saw her from anywhere. But either way, I see this girl, and she's just looking at me and smiling. Not like a seductive smile, just like a pretty smile, you know? Just like a really, like, kind, pretty smile, like, I'm an intelligent person, and I'm nice as well, you know? I'm not dumb. I don't know where I was going with that. But either way, she was really, really kind and had a beautiful smile on her face. And I was just smiling back. We just, like, made eye contact. We knew, like, we knew we were here. Like, we understood each other's presence. And we were both just really happy about it as well. And then I just started, like, I just was on the bus, like, doing my usual, like, look at me, attention self, because I have a very resonant voice. If you guys don't know, if any of you have ever met me in real life, you would know that my voice, it's loud. It's not just deep, but it's loud. My voice is, I just have a naturally loud speaking voice. I can't help that. Sometimes I try and talk quieter, but when I do that, my voice goes a little too deep to the point where I'm kind of mumbling a little bit. But either way, I was just happy to be on the bus. I think I made a joke or two to just in my head, and I was just laughing. I like to just think about things that make me happy when I'm walking around in places. That's how you gotta live. Live in your fantasy, you understand? But then I look around the corner and I realize there's no one driving the bus. But we're not crashing or anything. The bus is just driving itself. And I'm like, oh, look, who's driving the bus? Oh, Jesus Christ, no one is driving the bus. And this girl saw that. And she just started laughing because she understood how ridiculous it was. I know nobody was driving, but we weren't, like I said, we weren't crashing or anything. The bus was just driving itself. And there was a bus driver there. He just comes into it later, but I'll get to that in a bit. So, eventually I walk up to this girl. And I grew up a nerd, dude. I'm not good at talking to women. I'm not even the best at doing it now. I'm not on any dating sites or anything. Every girl I've ever dated has, like, made the first move on me. So I don't really know what it's like to initiate something with a woman. I've tried, but, you know, rejection. Wah, wah. But yeah, like, I walked up to this woman, and unlike how I sometimes am, I was confident, dude. I was totally confident to start talking to her. And the reason I was confident is because we just clicked. We just clicked through eye contact, and then when I started talking to her, and I was suave, I was confident, and I was happy to just, like, make her acquaintance and talk to her and stuff, and we just clicked when we were talking. Like, we didn't even have, like, necessarily the same interest or anything, or not, we didn't have different interests either, but we just started talking, man, and we just clicked the whole time we were on the bus, and we were just riding on the bus together, having a good time, and then, at a certain point, something happened. And I don't think it was something I said. I believe it wasn't something I said because I don't remember saying anything to her at all that made her do this. But she got furious at me. Like, she just started screaming at me. And not necessarily at me, but, like, at men. She was so sick of men doing, like, a certain thing. Or, like, there was some sort of social norm that she was sick of. and it just, like, it dawned on her, or she was enlightened by whatever social norm it was from me, like, flirting her up and, like, trying to pursue this woman or date this woman, and that just awoke something in her. It woke something up in her that just made her hate some sort of social norm, and she just went on this whole tangent about it. It started off as like a soft tangent to me, and I didn't know what was going on, but she just got furious at me for something. And at a certain point, she was really furious at me eventually. Like, at a certain point, she was just so angry at me, and she got so angry at me that she started screaming at me so much and so loud that everyone on the bus, and we were the center of attention on the bus. Everybody was looking at us. Everybody was, like, staring at us. There was a bus driver, and the bus driver eventually noticed us, because the only time that she stopped yelling at me was when she forced me off the bus. Like, she was intimidating me, like, walking towards me on the bus as I backed up away from her. I mean, not necessarily intimidating me, but it was my stop. Like, I was at my house, and it was me getting off the bus, and I was getting off the bus to go back to my house. She was still, like, following me, and then she poked her head out the window to continue yelling at me about whatever she was angry about. And everybody on the bus was staring at her like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? Like, why is she so pissed? Like, these two were, like, looking like they were getting along so much. I don't even think they know each other that well. Like, they were just making small talk, and I don't know, like, everybody was staring, even the bus driver, who did exist, by the way. There was a bus driver now at this half of the dream. I don't know why there wasn't a bus driver before. I think just because, like, I made some sort of joke to try and, like, you know, break the ice and walk up to her, and the joke was that, oh, there's no bus driver. And so I guess that's a funny thing, right? No one's driving the bus that we're on, but, yeah, and then there was a bus driver at this point, because I guess that's the only thing that made sense. And then I remember walking into my house, it's still dark outside and everything, and then that was it. Because my mom woke me up and reminded me that my first day of the second semester of summer classes that I have to take starts today. Because I didn't know, and I would have been late for class had that not been the case. So shoutouts to my mom. I love you, Mom. You're the best. Yeah, it was a weird... It was a weird dream. I'm sure there's a lot of meaning behind it, but I'll talk about that with somebody else. Maybe my family. Actually, probably not my family. I see a therapist every now and again. I might just talk about it with him. But yeah, I just felt like sharing that dream. I felt like sharing that dream with you because I thought it was a very interesting dream, and I just thought I'd share that with you guys just to see what your perception of it is, because I thought it would be a great thing to make a post Tf2 commentary about, because I love making these kinds of videos. I love just podcasting it up and talking to you guys and everything. And I'm glad that I have this outlet that I can do that with you guys in the place. Yes. So anyway, guys, that's gonna do it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did in fact enjoy this video. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want my updates as soon as they come out. And I will gladly see you next time.